Bob and
Phone
Slim
wins.
Show.
What's up?
What's
What is
up,
going
dude?
on?
Brandon Sanders.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good, good. How are you, my friend? Musician, singer, songwriter from Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. How long have you been doing that for?
Oh man, I've been doing it since I was a little kid. So probably 14. Started like really getting into it, songwriting, and I've just been doing it ever since, man. So still doing it now, just for fun and to keep me sane.
What was the first instrument you picked up?
Guitar for sure.
Okay.
Well, guitar, but I did start in the high school band on percussion actually.
How that's interesting. As far as being a musician, how important is like being able to read music to that?
Not really sure because I don't read it very fluently. So I can read, of course, drum music, and that's about it. So,
Okay,
yeah.
because
So I've taught everything myself, off of actually guitar tabs when I was 14. So it was kind of easy to learn. The first song I ever learned was Glycerine by Bush.
nice.
Kind of went from there. So, and then ever since I kind of fell in love with writing and used to write poetry. So that those two worlds kind of collided after I started playing guitar.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I was gonna ask because I remember I took lessons in guitar when I was in high school, and I learned how to read music, and it just seemed like way too much work. Like there's
Oh yeah,
tablature,
right.
there's tablature, and
Right.
I don't know how much I need these lessons.
Oh yeah, it's like I just want to play the guitar. That's all I want to do.
And I don't even remember now. Like I sold my guitar. It's gotten me nowhere in life, Brandon. I've done nothing with my musical talents, if you call them that.
That's all right. I did the same thing, but I did just like do tablature, and I think I mastered a what is that band? I don't know I don't even know anymore. But it was like a 3-chord song. Where is my baby? Who's that band? Where has my baby gone? I can't remember their fucking name, but that's all I ever learned, and then I stopped
Boxcar
playing
Willie?
guitar.
Were you-
you mean the Wonders? No. Excuse me. Pearl Jam did a
Pearl
cover of
Jam.
it at the
That's
time.
I mastered the Pearl Jam
you-
cover.
you-
That was like 3 chords.
Oh, no.
And then
Yeah,
I never
really-
learned
it's a
anything
sad
else.
song.
It was
Right
good.
on.
It was good when they did.
I used to get drunk and sing it at parties and play it with my acoustic guitar.
Oh man.
Cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think back in high school, that's pretty much like the best thing about playing guitar was like playing it at a party and like getting the recognition.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing, singing along, to a campfire. And as you get older, it just becomes a piece of wood sitting in the corner of your room.
When did you first get to the point, though, Brandon, where you were playing clubs or bars?
Well, I got started kind of early on. I did acting in high school, so naturally I didn't really have anything that was stopping me from getting on stage in front of people. So we started young. I think I played Bremen Town Festival, which is my hometown, Bremen, Georgia, when I was around 15 or 16. And back then I was doing screamo and emo music, so we ended up doing a Marshall Cover Tucker, and it was a screamo version of "Can't You See." We didn't ask to come back the next year, of course.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I was going to ask, too, what are some of your biggest influences doing music? Because, I don't know, I get a 90s vibe from you vocally.
Oh, for sure, man. When it comes to old school, the '90s, I'm stuck at for sure. And Eddie Vedder with Pearl Jam, of course, was a big influence growing up and listening to him and his vocals, and getting stuck in the scene of the old school music. I think Green Day, 3 6 Mafia, the old school Blink-182 albums, Dookie, Green Day album, all those were like some of the first kind of albums to introduce that style of music other than listen to like FM and AM radio growing up.
Yeah.
So all the goldens are like instilled into me, and I start playing them later on in life, but I definitely have just went through a variety of music in my lifetime.
It's funny you guys mentioned in Pearl Jam. I hated Pearl Jam. Even I was in high school when
Oh man,
when
that
it
was
first came out.
huge.
I hated it. I love Nirvana and a couple other bands, but I never liked Pearl Jam until later. It was way later in their career that I was like, okay, yeah, no, they're pretty awesome. Like, and then I went back and I'm like, yeah, no, they're not as bad as I thought.
Yeah. I got stuck on their live albums when I was young, and
Yeah.
that's really what got me into them. And then, of course, that kind of evolved into like the emo kind of stage, and
Yes.
of course, new influences came from there as well.
What is there at the moment though? I feel like there's nothing though. Like since you mentioned like Blink and all that, I feel like even that kind of stuff is gone right now. Like
It's a definitely a weird time in the music industry, and I can't really speak for the music industry, being that I've just like always just kind of played my original music and used to do some like small touring back in high school. But other than that, I have a different 9 to 5 that I make my money for. But yeah, as far as the music goes, it's a weird time. I think there's a lot of people who are writing to heal people and to let out some emotion and expression. I know there was a talk of a lot of suicides, in the music world, and those people aren't having the ability to give that release like they usually would, and or like the feedback from people that just kind of keep some people mentally happy or financially happy, of course. So, yeah, it's been a tough time, but right now, it really seems like the rap industry and country, of course, has taken its own way. I feel like the sad country songs are kind of like really burning up hot right now.
is there anything besides sad in country? I feel like it's all sad.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about real country, yeah, I think it's about the same.
Yes. I feel like country's always been a little protected, but like you're saying, like everything's gone kind of pop and all that. But you saying though that you just do it for your own, I feel like that's the best, the right way to do music. Like that's
Yeah,
the only way to do it.
I guess that's been my, all of my bandmates kind of had kids, kind of went on their own way, and I play with another gentleman, of course. His name's TC Ray. We've played since high school. We played in a punk band. I played in an emo band, and we've managed to stay together and playing all these times. But yeah, we both have our own jobs and lives, so. For us to keep doing this is all about us staying sane, just loving to write. And I guess me doing my recent releases is just kind of knowing that I still can do it and getting my music out there to people where I might not have ever done that before in a scale that I'm trying to do it now.
Nice. And we first connected a few months ago on Facebook. And what was that song you sent me?
I Slip Away.
Yes, dude, that song was so good. Like when you first sent it to me, I'm like, oh my! I was way more impressed than I expected to be. So
and
good.
I've got a lot of thanks to give to actually from some New Jersey boys up there, Ace and Nick over at the former the Lumber Yard. I took those songs up there. It's the first time me recording with Ace Enders and Nick Brucesi, and ended up being fantastic, man. I couldn't have been happier with how it came out, and it kind of started me writing still, trying to put more songs out there, and it's led to these 3 new songs about to be released, and then I got 3 more after that will be released, hopefully all this year.
Nice. Where in Jersey was that, and how did you connect with those guys?
So it's Hamilton, New Jersey. Ace Enders, of course, he's from the early November, and he was actually a big influence of mine starting out. I think I started out with bands like The Starting Line, Bright Eyes, Dashboard Confessional, Saves the Day, early November, all those bands back in the day in the emo kind of indie world when I got started on that. They had a contest where they were picking a music video, and I entered the contest. I'd end up not winning, but started a connection with Nick at the time, and just decided to take some songs up there and give it a chance. Drive all the way from Georgia to Jersey, but for who these guys were, and me already following their career and knowing their music, it was kind of easier to make that decision, and definitely glad that I did it for sure.
Cool, yeah, because just you mentioning that, like, that's not something to be taken lightly. Like, just as far as a 9-to-5 worker.
It's hard.
It's a lot. It's a lot to do that kind of thing, and then to do that kind of thing and travel for it. Like that's something.
It had to find a whole lot of soul searching, and so me doing these trips and making this music, it couldn't be about money or anything like that. It had to be all about the music and myself, and it definitely made it all worth it. So I definitely wouldn't take back, any of the trips and getting this music out there. So, and then also just becoming friends with Ace and Nick, and being able to play with them, definitely thankful in that fact as it is.
That's cool. That's super cool. And as far as that goes, Brendan, like you coming up here to record some tracks, when you're down there, do you have your own studio, or do you have a place like that to record?
So I have my own place. So just kind of my own studio, and I've done my own stuff. I've actually got it on Spotify. There's a song called "The Road to Reason." There's some older songs on there that are bluegrassy kind of feel. I did all those songs my own studio with TC Ray.
Cool.
And I probably expect to be putting out some more music myself, and definitely hopefully collabing with more people going forward, especially with the guys from Jersey, and kind of seeing what's going to be there for the future. And it's a weird time though. I went to New Jersey and started this in January. And then as soon as I got out, get ready to release these songs, the whole world changed.
Yeah.
It's just,
I think it was February when everything
Yep.
just shut down. Just shut down.
Done, and so like even like I prepared a live show to release those songs where I hadn't played a show like that for years, and got the boys all back together. We started practicing, and then it cut off, and haven't been able, of course, to play that show since. I'm definitely eager at that.
It was a weird time too. I even remember just even working I work in retail in my regular job, and just nobody knew what we were supposed to do at the beginning. It was so confusing.
Yeah.
Like,
The thing that stands out to me was just hearing in January people starting to get nervous about it, and they're like COVID, and I was just like, whatever, that doesn't matter. That's not going to do anything.
I thought of like bird flu. It's gonna last
I
a
was
few
like,
months.
whatever.
It's gonna
like,
be over soon.
And then suddenly they're like, nope, it's here, it's big, and you got to wear a mask for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
We're all fucked.
I don't feel like I should be used to wearing a mask. Now I'm like, where's my mask?
Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird time. So like, even with just what I was trying to do with like my own work and stuff, and so I catch animals for my 9-to-5, own a company where I do wildlife exclusion.
It's Sanders Wildlife.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Cool.
How did you get into that? Like that's mind blowing to me.
Yeah, that's a whole different story too. That actually is from my father. He really got me into it. He was doing this, of course. Got me into it. I left college, ended up starting working with him, and long story short, I ended up starting my own company about close to 4 years ago, and been doing really well. We've like done some really cool things, projects. I've got a YouTube page out there as well.
I saw that.
With some like of our rescues and wildlife fact videos to kind of explain more what we do there.
Brandon, before we talk more about that, would you be able to play us something live?
Yeah, I got a little setup here. I don't know how the sound's going to be. I've got a little of a mic that I pulled out, so we'll see, kind of how it sounds. But yeah, I'm ready to go.
Cool, man.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, I'll mute the mics, and you can take it away.
All right, sounds good. This is Fallen Grace. As my arrows keep that gun.
treading water, I'll be drowning again. I scream to God, it's time to make amends. I'm gritting my teeth for another week of this. I'm burying my soul, Lord only knows ain't me for this. Chasing something that feels like home. Chasing something that feels like home.
Fucking awesome, dude. Fucking cool. Super cool.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank
man.
you.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
What was one of your biggest influences writing that song?
So, kind of went through some my own times, just like everybody did, of course, during the COVID transitions and emotions flaring in households and things like that. So, kind of went through a change in my life, and at the time, I'd really felt just overcome, I think, with emotion, and almost felt so much as at any moment I could make a mistake that would ruin my life, or I would go down the wrong path that wouldn't be the right choice, and I was kind of faced with a lot of ultimatums during that moment. So that song was kind of based off of that. As I've released the song online, I've kind of set it up to this song is an example of everybody goes through dark times, and there's always a bright light around the corner. And so our next song is released on February 22nd. And that song, I cannot pronounce the name of it quite yet, but it's a French translation of The Light.
Cool.
Fierve is the name of the second song.
Cool. And going back to we were talking earlier about the wildlife stuff. I saw a video and I hate them. I've ran screaming like a girl. How do you deal with bats? How do you deal with bats, Brandon? Because they're not.
You just dress
normal.
like a bat, Rob, and then you're good.
They're deep.
Fight crime. And then
Well,
They're evil.
There's first of all, my job can be very difficult. You kind of you can't be scared of very much, but when it comes to bats, bats carry diseases. They can carry rabies, but they're of course amazing for the ecosystem. So we need them. They're also usually they are state and federally protected, and so we follow guidelines issued by the DNR, which is who issues my license, that we have to follow. And so typically, whenever there's bats in an attic, something like that, we have to install a device that allows those bats to leave on their own. Then we come back and we seal those holes.
Wow.
So in that way, we don't really have a lot of contact with the bats now. They do come in people's houses.
Oh.
We've had plenty, we've had to go and catch or remove from a couch or something like that, chimney.
Yeah.
And then I've had instances where I think, I guess a crazy story of me remembering young in my career doing this is in an attic, and we had a light. It was plugged up and it was going to an outlet below the crawl door. Well, someone closed the crawl door and the light went out. And when it did, the bats started flying around my head. And I could just remember sitting there and praying, someone please open the door. Please open the door. And just, So the job could put you in some pretty crazy situations. And so I've learned the art of patience and things like that doing this.
See, my whole stance on that is I run in the bathroom and close the door and I scream. I scream until my parents get the bat out of the house. Would that work? Would you hire me?
well, you do have a good strategy of getting the bat out.
Oh yeah. You'd be surprised. There's some people who are definitely capable that you wouldn't think so. I think one time I got a copperhead out from underneath the lady's crawl space, pulled it out. This lady was about 85 years old. I did not know this was going to happen, but she pulled out a 45 from her back pocket, says, throw that snake on the ground, and just unleashed about 4 bullets inside of a city limit.
No.
And I'm like, ma'am, you've got it. you're good. I was like,
She
"You're
hired
good,
you
now."
just to get you the snake so she could shoot it. I love that.
Yeah. It's actually, it's illegal to kill a non-venomous. This was a copperhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely don't want people to kill him, but in this
Yeah.
instance, I was not stopping this lady.
Yeah, she's got a gun.
No,
Like,
it's you or the snake. At
that's
that
what I was
point,
gonna say.
Brandon.
She was gonna shoot something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what is the normal procedure you do at Wildlife? Do you just like let it out where it belongs? Do you guys like?
So
know-
we're a humane company. We operate as humane as we can, and so yes, we try to let the animals be there as much as possible. And so, like for instance, like if you have raccoons with babies in the attic, we will use different techniques to make sure that mama will actually get the babies out on her own. They leave that house now alone. We seal off the holes. We put cameras up, kind of monitor it, but we seal off the holes and then offer a warranty to those customers. And that's kind of like the gist of our business. And so, but we do that humanely.
Yes.
The state laws, if we were to catch that raccoon, we would have to put it down. That's what the laws are.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and so we kind of find the ways around those things.
Found the loopholes to be more humane. That's
That's
awesome.
great. I love
So
hearing
you're
that.
not the people we call to just kill the animals in my house,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that wouldn't be me. I'd be like, I'm not your guy.
Cool. What's one of the craziest animals you've been called for? You mentioned copperheads, and I mentioned bats. What's one of the?
Well, I get different instances all the time, man. Actually, I'm pulled up my phone. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I deal with all sorts of
Can't
animals.
see
So the
video.
other day, I get a call, and a fox had its paw stuck in a tree, and the craziest thing ever. And so I had to go and get his paw out. But here's a picture of it, if you can see it.
I don't know.
No,
I don't think
for
we can
whatever
see
reason,
you,
like
Brandon.
I hit video and I can see us, but I can't see you. I see
Oh,
just
same on my end. Let's see.
Really, that's interesting.
Skype is.
Yeah, it's just Skype.
Skype
being
is
Skype.
being Skype. Yeah.
Yeah, like it makes no sense. Like I'm
Sometimes
like, why?
it works certain ways. Sometimes it
Oh,
doesn't.
There we
wait.
go.
Oh no, I
Oh.
see you. Wow.
Oh my God, that is so cute though. Like I just want to go get that fox out
Oh.
of that tree. Wow.
So in that instance, I usually do a lot of rescues, not for a lot of money or for free. And
Oh, you're cutting out. Oh no,
Slim, what did you?
I didn't do anything.
I know.
It's not my fault.
I'm taking out on you,
What is going on?
Oh.
What is all this? Cancel.
Brandon.
Brandon.
God damn it! It totally
No.
froze up.
Well, I'm gonna hang up and call him back because he still
Yeah.
has to get his plugs in.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
hold on. I don't know why.
No,
That's awesome.
it's totally Skype, and we're backwards.
We are backwards.
No,
Oh no.
Brandon.
Brandon. Oh, we lost you.
my internet went out here at the house, I think.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's
well, we
something that
gotta
can
we gotta
happen.
wrap it up anyway. So definitely get all your plugs in before we let you go, and then when we have you on next time, I'll tell you sooner that I don't see you, and we'll get that sorted.
Yeah, hey, that sounds great. So, you can find me on Facebook. Releasing music. I've just released a song called Fallen Grace, and you can find that at facebook.com/Brandon Sanders Music. All one word. Same with my Sanders Wildlife, facebook.com/Sanders Wildlife, all one word. You can also find my music on Spotify. Easy way to find, I guess, my YouTube is if you type in Brandon Sanders Slip Away music video. You can find a video that I did and released for that Slip Away song, actually, of me traveling to different state parks. So there's a bunch of footage from that.
Cool.
And then as well as my YouTube, that's probably what I work on the most here recently. And that's youtube.com/Sanders Wildlife.
Awesome. Thank you so much, dude, for talking to us. It's been a blast.
Thank you guys.
All right,
Had a blast, man. Thanks
You
for
too.
having me.
Cool, man. No problem. We will definitely be talking soon.